All new at 9. Talk about serving your country and your community. Orange County Deputy Jacob Stearns may look like any other officer on the force, but behind the badge, he has an amazing story.
I knew I could do it. Yeah, I knew there wouldn't be an issue with it. The only problem was proving other people I could do it.
Deputy Stearns lost his right leg serving his country as a U.S. Marine in Afghanistan, but his mission of service didn't stop there. In 2018, Stearns joined the Orange County Sheriff's Office, not allowing anything to stop him.
He raised his pant leg and said, "Is this going to be a problem?" And it was prosthetic leg, and I said that should not be a problem at all.
Even Sheriff John Mina says he's never seen anything like it.
I have no doubt he's going to do a wonderful job and help keep us safe.
And we're so honored to have this veteran, now deputy, with us this morning. Deputy Jacob Stearns, great to have you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me.
Congratulations on 1 year. Tell me
you.
about that first year. What was that like for you? I imagine pretty intense.
Oh, it was, yes, because a lot of people actually don't know this, but I actually entered into the academy my first day with an injury to my leg. Just because I had a pretty rough job the year before leading up to it and didn't have the best fit in a socket. And for most amputees, you know, a lot of people don't know this. If you don't have a good socket, quality of life goes downhill because it's very painful to be in. And it was a little rough with it, so I actually didn't even know I was going to be able to pass the academy because of it, because it was constantly like open sores with it, had to keep with those. But luckily enough, like, I just pushed through. Got to work through the pain, and now I'm at where I'm at now, and things have gotten so much better with it.
One of the things I saw was that you talked about the intense pain that you were in, even just during the workouts as you were training to become a deputy. Talk to me about that, because you were able to persevere through something most people would not be able to.
Oh, it was definitely tough, and it's a lot of people didn't get to see that. Mainly the person who did see it was my girlfriend at home, because she's the one that got to see me. Like, I would just come home, like, be a little rough, like trying to get up my stairs. Since we live on a second floor, I'm almost just like laying out, passed out type deal, just because it was rough. It's I don't think the workouts would have been as bad if I wasn't an amputee, and also my left leg was also a limb salvage. So I've had multiple surgeries on that one as well. So just with the constant running, workouts, and everything that was like dealing with it, the calisthenics that we would do was rough, but at the end of the day, it was just I had extra motivation to keep going with it, because at the end of the day, I know what's at stake with it, and it gives like extra motivation for other amputees or anybody else who has an injury to really just push through with it. So just showing one of those things that, I have no problem dealing with that pain, because it's just showing them if I can do it, they can do it too.
How lucky do you feel just to be alive based on your injuries and what happened when you were in Afghanistan?
Oh, it's a second chance at life, really. Because it's something that you take a lot of things for granted before, and you don't even realize it, afterwards. Because like, this is what I tell a lot of people about, just get a really good understanding of it. You go from feeling like an invincible Marine, like nothing can hurt me. Like, you'll find out at like 3 o'clock in the morning, oh, we got a 20-mile hike with 80 pounds of gear. It's like, okay, that's fine, we can do that. And just everything else that goes on with that, to getting blown up, feeling completely vulnerable. And now I'm at the point of, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. How do I get there? So it's a huge thing to like kind of like try to get adapted to. And it is a life-changing experience too. And it's just something that every day is something new with it. But it's always just adapt and overcome with it.
I read that you were in your hospital bed right after you were injured, and you were telling yourself that your life was essentially over. How did you go from that moment to where you are now?
A lot of perseverance, really. It's like, it's a constant mental battle with it. And it's exactly just the way you put it. Like, that was my thought process was, how am I going to be able to be active again? Because at that point, it was from September 14th when I initially got injured to January 12th, where I took my first steps again. And it was like a good 4-month period with that. So you go through a lot of like mental battles with that. It's like, am I going to be able to run again? Am I going to be able to walk again? Am I going to do physical jobs again? Is all that part of my life over with? Like, if I have kids, am I going to be able to play with them? So it was a lot going on in my head. I never showed it to the people that were around me, especially my family as well. So it's something they never knew I was actually struggling with, because I just put the good, like, Marine face on for them. Like, hey, like, I can get through this. It's fine. Yeah, everything's okay. My life hasn't changed. But yeah, inside there was a lot of battles going on with it.
I imagine you've become friends with other amputees since this has happened, and you probably become very close and bond with each other. What do they think about what you've accomplished?
One of my best friends, he's actually from my unit. His name's Timothy Reed. He lives out in Tampa now. And he's actually an above-the-knee amputee, so he's been one of my biggest supporters since day one. You know, so every time I'm going through something, like, because before this, I did a prison transport job for a year for a private company. Before that, I did a lot of other like physical jobs with that. Every time I'm doing something new, he's just the biggest supporter when it comes down. He's like, he's so happy I'm doing it. He always tells me, it gives him extra motivation with it, and it's something that like we've always had a good bond with. You know, because it's a friend of mine. Like, unfortunately, it's something under those circumstances you never want to see them go through as well. But because he actually got injured about 3 weeks after me.
Wow.
So it's something that you never want to go see each other in a hospital. But at the same time, it is like a blessing to have somebody I was close to going through the same thing with it, you know, because we can understand each other where a lot of people won't understand you, you know.
And I imagine that you still want folks at home to remember there are people still dying and being injured in Afghanistan, and not to forget that.
It's true, yes. Like, it's just unfortunate. We live in a, you know, time where, you know, cat videos can get more publicity than something like that, like actually getting on. Yeah, and it's something that, you know, a lot of people just don't know is still going on with it, you know.
Yeah, we lost 2 soldiers just this week.
It's
Always
terrible.
great to have you. Thank you so much, Deputy Stearns. Congratulations to you.
No, thank you.
We can't wait to see you out on the force and doing good things in our community.
No,
We're so proud
appreciate it.
of you. Thank you so much for being with us.